on Davis.
I just want to thank everybody who went out of their way and voted yes twice. It was very amazing.
And finally, Pioneer Middle School National Junior Honor Society advisor Stephanie Kaitola says her students have been in the holiday spirit.
I'm so proud of them. They really stepped up this year. We were able to help 13 kids in our community, which was the largest group we've ever done.
And that's Walla Walla's focus on education.
KGDC Walla Walla.
And back once again at the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium, I'm Roy Elia reporting from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. The first half of our Blue Devil basketball doubleheader over. The Wahai Blue Devil girls defeated tonight by the Hermiston Bulldogs, a final score of 74-50. We now welcome you to our post-game show presented by our good friend, Big Blue booster Phil Chevelle at Chevelle Construction. We're going to start first with final statistics presented by our good friends, Wahai alums, Jay and Paul Babbitt, at the MacArthur Company. Pasco office serves the Tri-Cities area, Yakima Valley, and Northeast Oregon. MacArthur Company provides wholesale construction materials for residential roofing, commercial roofing, HVAC, mechanical insulation, and waterproofing products. Call 509-542-5837 for more information. Final scoring in the game for Hermiston. J.C. Moreno with 21 points. Alexa Moreno with 6. Ledesma 4. Simmons 14. Rodriguez 6. Teagarden with 9. Inners with 14. Hermiston with 29 field goals in the game. 7 from Bruce Reed range. Hermiston 9 of 14 from the free throw line, 64%. Hermiston was called for 16 personal fouls. For the Blue Devils, Macy Eggert 2, Mario Mendoza with 4, Lila Franson with 4, Addie Andrews with 5, Corinne Hayes with 8, Bridget Boyd with 10, Miriam Hutchins 15, Maddie Oliveras with 2. The Blue Devils 17 field goals in the contest, 5 from Bruce Reed territory. The Blue Devils 11 of 21 from the free throw line, 52%. And the Blue Devils were called for 9 personal fouls. Our final statistics were presented by our good friends, Wahai alums Jay and Paul Babbitt at the MacArthur Company. Pasco office serves the Tri-Cities area, Yakima Valley, and Northeast Oregon. MacArthur Company provides wholesale construction materials for residential roofing, commercial roofing, HVAC, mechanical insulation, and waterproofing products. Call 509-542-5837 for more information. We continue our Chevelle Construction postgame show by recognizing our Eric Kimball, CPA Player of the Game. We're going to split it between Mario Mendoza and Delilah Franson, who gave the Blue Devils quality minutes while they participated in this contest. They scored 4 points apiece. Gave the Blue Devils a little bit of a spark. The Blue Devils scored 23 points in the final period of this contest. Mendoza and Franson with 4 points apiece in that final period. And for their efforts, Mario Mendoza, Delilah Franson, recognized as our Eric Kimball CPA co-players of the game. That's going to wrap up our girls post-game show. It was presented by our good friend and Big Blue booster Phil Chevelle at Chevelle Construction. We will begin our Hutchins Family Farms pregame show on the boys' side with a player profile interview presented by ESF Solutions after we step aside for a 30-second timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
On your next Alaska Airlines flight from Walla Walla, you will experience a new and improved Walla Walla Regional Airport Terminal building. Your travel from Walla Walla will be more comfortable with an expanded security checkpoint, which now includes a less intrusive body scanner, an enlarged gate seating area, and an automatic entry door. Book your tickets today on Alaska Air to any of their 101 one-stop destinations from Walla Walla. Fly Walla Walla, where your parking is always free.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back to Blue Devil Radio, everyone. Presented by Big Blue Boosters. I'm Roy Elia, and the Hutchins Family Farms pregame show continues with the player profile, presented by our good friend and Wahai graduate Aaron Grimm at ESF Solutions, a relationship company with a focus on general contracting and succession planning services. ESF Solutions, 620 West Pine Street in Walla Walla. we are delighted to be joined by a sophomore member of the Walleye boys basketball team, Truman Bullington. And Truman, the Walleye Blue Devils coming off a win on Saturday, splitting a pair of Mid-Columbia Conference games last weekend, defeated by Chiawana on Friday, but bouncing back very nicely indeed against Hanford last Saturday night in the Walleye gym. So what a difference 24 hours can make, I guess.
Yeah, yes, sir. I mean, just coming over to bounce back against Hanford from Chiawana is a big thing for our team, and we knew that coming in that it was going to be an important game because obviously conference games matter a little bit more than exhibition games. So we knew what we needed to work on going into Hanford from our Chiawana game. And I mean, it's all just learning, and our guys came out and we played great. Most of our starters, I think all of our starters had double digits. If not, it was close. So I like seeing all the guys being able to eat and just going out there and working.
4 players in double figures in that contest, and certainly that's very, very important. 7 players scoring, more than half of them reaching the double-digit plateau, and most times when an opponent scores in the low 50s, you got a good chance to win, and that's exactly what happened last Saturday night.
Yes, sir. I mean, I feel like one of our strengths this year is actually our defense. Going in, I didn't think it was going to be our defense, but going through practices and just playing with our guys, I think we really stepped up. I mean, we're talking, we're out there loud. We make it a point to be able to get in teams' faces and just be pests, because like we're not really a big team. We're not really like a old team. We're not going to be a team that goes through and just destroys teams. We gotta work in and dig hard and have grit and determination with our defense. So I think that's a big part of how we play.
And there have been times in the early stages of this season where I've seen a lot of guts, a lot of grit, a lot of guile, a phrase that I have used many, many times, both on and off the air. And the fact of the matter is that, okay, maybe this person isn't scoring, this person isn't doing this or not doing that, but everybody is contributing in one way, shape, or form, it seems.
I mean, yeah, all the time. All of our guys like to contribute. I mean, if it's not scoring, it's rebounding. If it's not rebounding, it's defense. I mean, even our guys that don't get as many minutes as everyone else, they're always going in and helping guys up and helping guys keep their heads up. I mean, if something goes wrong, we got our bench there to keep lifting us up. So I mean, I love the brotherhood that we've created here this year, and I think we have a great chance to just be a great team within the next few years and this year as well.
And oh my, how about some of those hustle plays?
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of them this year. I mean, it's just nice to see all of us going out there and just getting the recognition and all the hustle plays throughout the game and just playing like a well-conjoined team. Like, it's just great to see.
And the upcoming contest for the Blue Devils, a Saturday game in the Walleye Gym. Blue Devils in Mid-Columbia Conference play going to be hosting the Hermiston Bulldogs.
I mean, yeah, going in and playing Hermiston is always a fun one. I used to live in Pendleton, and so that was kind of an old rivalry. So I always got a little chip on my shoulder for that game. So, I mean, I'm excited. We've watched our film. We've done everything else. We know what we're going to do coming into it, and I'm excited to play them and excited to hopefully go in and get a win.
And it's somewhat unusual. This week, a one-game week. Next week will be a one-game week, a non-conference game against Wenatchee. And you throw in finals week, just a one-game week, but still a very challenging week when you throw the examinations and so forth into effect.
I mean, yeah, we've been doing a lot of 6 a.m. practices, and then we lift after school, so it's nice to be able to go home after the lift and get some studying in and maybe take a little nap and just get our minds right for our finals, because, I mean, that's no easy thing, going and playing basketball and then getting your finals in and getting sleep and just balancing it all well. But, I mean, our guys do it well. I mean, it's student-athlete, student before athlete, so it's always just good to see everyone getting their stuff done.
And do I dare ask how you guys are handling these 6 in the morning practices, I believe, Mondays and Wednesdays?
Yeah, Mondays and Wednesdays, 6 a.m. for the past, 2 weeks now. It's been rough, but I think all of us are acclimatizing to it and just, getting acclimated to it and getting all of our just bearings through. And, we always bring the energy. We make sure we're always firing it early in the morning. It might take us a little longer to warm up, but we get there. We get work in, and then after school we go and hit the weight room. So that's been a plus too.
Will you be hitting the athletic arena during the spring?
Yeah, I will. I will be playing track. Yeah.
And what events will you be participating in?
I'll probably be running, sprinting, short distances, so I can work on my athleticism for basketball. I mean, everything's for basketball in my mind. So it's just all contributing to the great sport of basketball. So yeah.
Well, it's been a long road back for Truman Bullington. I recall that awful injury he suffered in the postseason last year, but great news, Blue Devil Nation. The guy who gives him hell is back. So hopefully Truman will continue to give him hell the rest of this 2024-25 basketball season. And we want to thank Truman Bullington for joining us for our Player Profile segment. It's presented by our good friend and Walla graduate Aaron Grimm at ESF Solutions, a relationship company with a focus on general contracting and succession planning services. ESF Solutions, 620 West Pine Street in Walla Walla. And coming up next, the Coach's Corner, when the Hutchins Family Farms pregame show continues after a 1-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters, 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
Do you want to know what's really going on in the Walla Walla Valley? Today's Union Bulletin offers you more ways to stay connected with your community, in print, on the web, or on social media. And now, a full print replica edition is available online for subscribers. Now publishing for more than 150 years, the Union Bulletin is proud to support our communities with local, independent journalism. Support your home team community newspaper. Visit union-bulletin.com today.
Ready to make some big changes in your home? Here at Connors Flooring and Design, we understand that investing in new flooring, tile, and countertops involves big decisions that you want to get right the first time. Since 1974, our family-owned business has helped you find the right materials for your home and budget, working with local licensed pro installers to ensure your investment will perform. Come see us today and get a free estimate. Experience our Golden Rule service at Connors Flooring and Design.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Welcome back to Blue Devil Radio, everyone. Presented by Big Blue Boosters. I'm Roy Elia. The Hutchins Family Farms pregame show continues with the Coach's Corner, presented by a local irrigation company which wishes to remain anonymous. In the field, on the road, or in the lab, it's working to solve your irrigation problems before they crop up. And head coach Adam Berg, the Wall-High boys basketball team, opening Mid-Columbia Conference play last weekend, defeated by Chiawana on Friday, then bouncing back to beat Hanford last Saturday night by a final count of 69-52.
Yeah, overall it was a good weekend for us. We didn't get the win on Friday night. Knew Chiawana was going to be a tough team to go against, and came up short for just a couple minutes. It seemed like that they were able to kind of stretch their lead out, and then they played pretty well with the lead to get that one. But happy with the way we bounced back, and Saturday was a game we knew we needed to get, to have a team like Hanford come into our place, and a game that we feel like we should have, if we played really well, we'd be right there. If we played great, we could win it. So to be able to step up and do that and make some changes, overnight and be able to play well, that was good by our guys.
And especially against a Hanford team that in recent memory has proven to be quite the pain in the neck.
Yeah, they've definitely given us our fits. That's what I was telling our guys. And for some reason, the last couple of years, you give credit to their coach, and they've got some things they do that are a little different than what we see everywhere else. So you're not really preparing for them all season. You get maybe one day to kind of tweak some things that you do to try and make it work. But our guys stepped up and made some really good plays, and I'm really happy with our defensive performance in that game. And we did enough stuff on offense to make things work and played pretty well overall.
And I stand corrected. When we spoke during the post-game show last Saturday night, I said that there were 3 Blue Devils in double figures. There were, in fact, 4 Blue Devils to hit double digits.
Yeah, we have 4 guys, and that's great. Like, those are the hard teams to beat when you get multiple guys that are scoring double digits, even if it's 10, 11, 12, and then a 19 that goes with that. That makes you tough to beat because you got different options, and it's hard to guard, when you can't focus on 1 or 2 guys. So it was great that we did that, but even past the 4 that were in double digits, I felt like everybody that played contributed something to the game. They did something positive, whether it was on offense or defense, setting guys up, knowing the scouting report and getting things done that way. So it was a really good night overall.
Now, we could talk about scoring, we could talk about field goals, we could talk about free throws, but oh my, there were some occasions last Saturday night where the hustle was very evident.
Yeah, that's something we keep stressing to our team. Like, we're not good enough to just come out and outshoot everybody. We're not good enough to just say, hey, we're going to sit back and play this defense and, you know, win games that way. We've got to do it by our energy and our effort and our hustle. And that's what I was saying before. Like, we had 4 guys scoring double digits, but everybody came in. Everybody did something positive, and a lot of those things that they did really well came from their energy on the floor.
And some of the lesser experienced varsity players did a fair amount of growing up over the weekend.
Yeah, you know, that's what it's for. You know, we played a pretty good non-conference schedule to get ready for, you know, league. And when we walk into the gym and we got Chihuahua coming at us, they're picked second in the league. They got everybody back. We're watching film from last year, and then we're watching film from this year, and it's the same group of guys. We knew we were going to have our hands full, and so you got to kind of grow up fast. And when things don't go your way, to be able to bounce back the next day shows the maturity that we're asking kids to have, to say, listen, you got to flush some things, you got to remember some things, you got to bring this back, you got to learn really quickly, sometimes on the fly in a game. And I was really happy with the way our inexperienced guys played, because they're gaining that experience to help them in the future.
And now we come to the end of a challenging week. Yes, the Blue Devils will be playing a contest on Saturday in the Walleye Gym against the Hermiston Bulldogs. Again, the end of a challenging week. Now, people might be thinking, well, now, what do you mean? Just one game this week. Yes, but it also comes on a week when Walleye students were taking final examinations.
Yeah, you know, we're a program, and myself as a coach and our coaching staff, you know, we really believe in student athlete, and the student comes first, and we push our guys to higher standards than maybe you know, other programs in the state, and definitely the state's qualifications for eligibility in the classroom are a little bit different than what we do. We push them to a little higher standard, and so finals week is a big week. We tried to make sure that they knew that they knew that they had to put school first. We'll practice, but you got to put school first, make sure we get the job done in the classroom first. And so there's been a lot to that. It's been nice to have 1 week that wasn't by design. That was just our weekly, or our half-season bye came on Friday, so we don't play a game in league on that day. And we definitely didn't schedule a non-conference on the Tuesday so that we could have it off for finals. So it is a big week. It's a tough week. There's a lot that goes into it, but I feel like our guys have handled it really well, and I think our preparation for Hermiston has gone really well, and hopefully we can take everything that we've done in the classroom, everything we've done on the court, and you know, put it away and come out on the court on Saturday and play well.
And it will be a very interesting contest. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Hermiston kind of in the same boat as Walleye from the standpoint of having, yes, some folks back from a season ago, but a lot of new pieces as well.
Yeah, very much so. They have a lot of new pieces. You know, their top 3 players from last year were gone. And so watching film on them is a little different than Chihuahua, where you're trying to remember, okay, I remember this guy, I remember that guy. And then there's a couple guys that played on the freshman team or the JV team last year. And so talking to our coaches saying, hey, what do you remember about these 2 guys or this guy? So trying to get as much information as you can. The good thing is that we've been able to watch a couple games on film of them and have a pretty good grasp of kind of what they want to do on offense, what they want to do on defense. And so I feel like we're going to be prepared, but there's always kind of that wild card where you show up, you haven't seen this team, you don't know them that well, and you're like, oh, okay, that guy's bigger than I thought, or taller than I thought, or I've watched him shoot, he's a better shooter than I thought. And so we'll have some of those things, but you know, like we already talked about, the maturity level of our guys is kind of growing and elevating as we go through every game, and so hopefully the experience we've got will help us with them. But yeah, it's a new team, it's a new squad, but they're going to pose their own challenge for us.
And that will do it for this edition of our Coach's Corner. It was presented by a local irrigation company which wishes to remain anonymous. In the field, on the road, or in the lab, it's working to solve your irrigation problems before they crop up. And coming up next, the Todd Kimball starting lineups when the Hutchins Family Farms pregame show continues after a 1-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters, 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
You're listening to Walla Walla's top news talk sports radio station, KGDC AM 1320. Now you can experience Fox News, the Mariners, the Cougars, your favorite talk radio programs, and Wahai Blue Devils Radio crystal clear at FM 92.9. And check out KGDC2 at 102.3 FM. There you'll find Glenn Beck, Clark Howard, Dave Ramsey, Mark Levin, Red Eye Radio, and College Place Hawks Radio. That's KGDC2 at 102.3 FM.
Hi, this is Justin
and Sarah
with Walla Walla Toyota.
We're here to give you the incredible news that from November through the end of the year, we'll be offering $49 oil changes for all Toyotas up to 10 years old.
Whether you have a tiny Corolla or a tricked-out Tundra, your oil change will only cost you $49.
Remember that we use only genuine Toyota filters installed by a Toyota-trained technician.
Call today or schedule online at wallawallatoyota.com to lock in your $49 oil change while the offer lasts.
KGDC Walla Walla.
And welcome back to the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium. Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location at courtside at the Wahai Gym. Wahai Blue Devil boys about to take on the Hermiston Bulldogs in the second half of our Blue Devil basketball doubleheader. And our Hutchins Family Farms pregame show continues with starting lineups presented by Walla Walla County Commissioner, local farmer Todd Kimball. The next time you see Todd, ask him how he's doing, and he'll likely reply, better than I deserve. The starting lineup for the Hermiston Bulldogs, as announced by head coach Brian Edwards. Lane Simmons will start at wing. He is 6 feet 2 inches tall and a sophomore. Blake Palczynski will start at guard. He is 5 feet 10 inches tall and a senior. Kellen Young will start at guard. He is 6'1" and a senior. Carter Cleveland will start at forward. He is 6 feet 4 inches tall and a senior. And Braden Breland will start at wing. He is 6 feet 3 inches tall and a senior. The starting lineup for the Wahai Blue Devils, as announced by head coach Adam Berg. Carter Chevelle will start at guard. He is 5 feet 11 inches tall and a senior. Micah Eggert will start at guard. He is 5 feet 8 inches tall and a sophomore. Gabe Corum will start at guard. He is 6 feet 3 inches tall and a senior. Truman Bullington will get the call at a guard/forward. He is 6 feet 8 inches tall and a sophomore. And Holt Pemberton will round out the Wahai starting lineup tonight at a guard/forward. He is 6'1" and a junior. Those are the starting lineups. They were presented by Walla Walla County Commissioner, local farmer Todd Kimball. The next time you see Todd, ask him how he's doing, and he'll likely reply, better than I deserve. And that's going to do it for our pregame show. It was presented by our good friends at Hutchins Family Farms, proud supporters of Wahai Blue Devil and Dayton Bulldog Athletics. Hutchins Family Farms engaged in our community and helping to provide the world with a safe and abundant food supply. And before we go any further, another reminder, on March 29th, the annual Big Blue Booster fundraising dinner and auction set for 5 o'clock at the Walla Walla Fairgrounds. If you have not gotten your tickets yet, I strongly suggest that you do so. Just $50 for individual tickets. And perhaps you're a business and you would like to get in on the fun of sponsoring a table. Well, $1,000 sponsorships are still available. The $5,000 and $2,500 tables are sold out for this event coming up on March 29th, the annual Big Blue Boosters fundraising dinner and auction. Set for a 5 o'clock start at the Walla Walla Fairgrounds, and more information is available by contacting Big Blue Boosters and Walla Walla High School. We'll return to the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium for Mid-Columbia Conference Boys Basketball, Hermiston at Wahai, after we step aside for a 1-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
The cold weather is here. Stock up on winter products from L&G Ranch Supply in Walla Walla, like stock tank heaters for the animals. For pets, find heated beds and bowls. Look for in-store specials on Science Diet brand pet food. For you or as a gift, find tough insulated Carhartt bibs, jackets, and a full line of winter work gloves. Get rid of ice on driveways and sidewalks with True Value brand ice melt. Shop L&G Ranch Supply for winter products today. Your local True Value store on East Isaacs Avenue in Walla Walla. L&G Ranch Supply.
Doyle Electric delivers an amazing range of services and products to the Walla Walla Valley. Doyle Electric's 5 divisions all strive to satisfy every customer, every time. Doyle's experienced pump and motor staff services and sells pumps and motors, from large irrigation to domestic systems, along with water purification and conditioning setups for healthier, better tasting water for you and your family. The best products and service. Doyle Electric. We care about your safety.
KGDC Walla Walla.
And back once again at the Walla Walla High School Gymnasium. I'm Roy Elia, just moments away from Mid-Columbia Conference boys basketball action. The Wahai Blue Devils set to play host to the Hermiston Bulldogs. The Bulldogs coming off a win last night over Hanford, a final count of 68-53. So they come into the Wahai gym tonight with momentum. The Blue Devils taking the floor for the first time since a victory over Hanford last Saturday night here in the Wahai gym. A Blue Mountain officiating crew tonight. 2/3 of the officials I recognize. Derek Heinzman is the crew chief. One of his assistants tonight will be Zach Whitmer. Hermiston takes the floor first, dressed in road black jerseys with purple numerals and purple lettering and gold trim. The Blue Devils dressed in home white with blue lettering, blue numerals, and it's like gray trim for the Blue Devils. In our first quarter this evening, presented by our good friend, former Wahai athlete Darren Harvey at Mountain High Truck and Equipment. Truman Bullington to jump center for the Blue Devils, and the Blue Devils control the tip, and we are underway on this Saturday evening at 5:03. Blue Devils with the first possession of the ball game. Eggert near side with the basketball. Up top for Pemberton. Near side to Chevelle. Chevelle to the free throw line. Up top to Bullington. A three straight away by the big man. It's off the back of the rim. No good. And the rebound off to Hermiston. Taken by Lane Simmons. Simmons front court. Hermiston in possession of the basketball for the first time this evening. Far side, it's Palzinski. Gets it up top. Here's Breland into the lane. He's cut off. Gets it up top for a three by Cleveland. That is no good. High for the rebound is Corum. He wrestled it away from a Bulldog that time. Far side, it is Eggert. Corum near side to Carter Chevelle. Chevelle in for Bullington. The big man backs a Bulldog defender in, gets around and puts it up. Off the glass and good! Truman Bullington gives the Blue Devils an early 2-0 edge with a nice soft shot that kisses the glass and finds its way through the 10. Hermiston on offense for the second time in the ball game. There's a nice double team. Nice cut off by Bullington on the far baseline. A knock away far side by Chevelle. Loose ball out to Bullington. Far side to Pemberton. Loops it in for Corum. Corum is going to be fouled down in the low block. Coming down on top of him was Breland. Got Breland off his feet, and Breland picks up the foul, and the Blue Devils to inbound on the baseline in front court. Ball bounced in for Bullington. His lane is no good, off the back of the rim, and the rebound off to Hermiston. Taken by Cleveland. Gets it on the near side to Palzinski. Palzinski gets it up top with the basketball is Simmons. Now they get it to the far side for a three-point attempt that is up and good. Three on the far side by Kellen Young, and it's 3-2 in favor of Hermiston. Bullington a three straight away, and that one's off the front of the rim, no good, and the rebound off to Simmons of Hermiston. Bulldogs with an early 3-2 lead, 6:05 and counting time remaining first quarter, and here's a lost ball near side. Young lost it out of bounds, and the ball back to the Blue Devils. Here comes Carter Chevelle. Chevelle front court. Double team for just a brief moment. Pemberton with a bounce pass inside for Chevelle, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Hermiston. Palzinski with the foul. His first, team second. Blue Devils to inbound on the baseline. Chevelle to get it in. Carter will toss it into the backcourt to Cole Pemberton. Now to Eggert. Micah Eggert driving near side, right by his man for two! Holy Toledo! Eggert blows by Simmons for the deuce. And it's 4-3, the Blue Devils with 5:38 and counting time remaining first quarter. Here's a three straight away off the back of the rim, no good for Simmons. Top of the key extended. Bullington rebounds off to Chevelle. Chevelle going to take it into the lane, drops it off for Bullington. Trailing the play, he scores! He is fouled! Oh, baby! Blue Devils in transition Blue Devils exciting in transition. And the foul called on Young. That is his first and the team's third here in the first quarter. And Truman Bullington to the free throw line for a Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw. And it's good. Truman coming off a 19-point performance last Saturday night at Hanford. He has a handful of points in the early going at 7-3. The Blue Devils 5:18 and counting left in the quarter, and a drive from the far side. Lay-in put up and good by Breland, and he is fouled. And the foul was called on Colt Pemberton. Blue Devils first of the game. And Breland to the stripe for a Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw. Puts it up. It's around and in. 3-point play completed, and it's 7-6 in favor of the Blue Devils. Chevelle with a basketball. Around a pick by Bullington. That's it near side for Corum. In for Bullington. Saves it going out of bounds after it was knocked away. Corum up top to Chevelle. Chevelle with a basketball. On the dribble. To go into the lane. Free throw line jumper. Yes, sir! Chevelle lost his man with a crossover dribble. And the Blue Devils lead by a score of 9-6. 4:48 and counting time remaining first quarter. Bulldogs in possession of the basketball. It is up top. Here is a three on the way by Simmons. That is good. Top of the key extended. The Bruce Reed three ties the game at 9-9. Chevelle with a basketball. Driving far side in the lane. Off for Corum. Lane put up. No good. Tipped by Bullington. No good. And the rebound off to Hermiston. Taken by Cleveland. Near side to Simmons. Up top for Cleveland. Far side to Breland. Breland far side. Spin move. Far side Palzinski. Now it's Cleveland. Off to Palzinski. In the rings to Young. It's on the near side. Back up top to Breland. Down to 3 seconds on the shot clock. Breland against Pemberton. Spin moves. Throws up a prayer that is answered. They're going to call a foul. Are they going to say a block on Chevelle? They are. No, they're going to call it on Colt Pemberton. That is his second personal foul. And a Wheatland Bakery substitution. Jacob Griffith into the Blue Devil lineup. He is in for Colt Pemberton. Breland puts the ball up and in as the shot clock went off. And he steps to the free throw line for a Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw that is a brick off the back iron, but a rebound off to Simmons. And Hermiston up 11-9 in possession of the basketball. Breland driving, left-handed lay-in, he blew it. Rebound off to Corum. Corum front court. In the rings to Chevelle. Chevelle into the lane, drives all the way, puts it up, no, but a foul called with 3:35 remaining in the first. Your Edward Jones, Hank Warden scoreboard update. Hermiston 11, Wahai 9. The foul was picked up by Palzinski, his second. Team's fourth. Carter Chevelle to the stripe. First Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw is good. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Carter Olson into the contest. He replaces Palzinski. Another Walla Walla Daily Grind attempt for Carter Chevelle. A chance, I should say, to tie the game here, and he misses it off the front of the rim. Rebound deflected once, twice, taken by Breland. Breland front court. Off for Young. In the rings, it goes to Cleveland. Near side to Breland. Now they swing it to the far side where the basketball is Cleveland. Cleveland into the lane against Bullington, and a travel is going to be called. A travel is called on Cleveland. And the ball back to the Blue Devils. Scoreboard update earlier in the quarter presented by our good friend Hank Warden at Edward Jones. If you're going to invest, do so with the best. If Hank could call it 509-240-3948. Three from the deep far corner by Corum is off the mark, and the rebound off to Olson. Olson front court against Chevelle. Far side to Breland. Breland against Agert. Spin move on Agert. Puts the ball up and in over Agert. Breland with 7. 13-10 in favor of Hermiston. Chevelle with a basketball. Nearly tied up. Near side Bullington, three on the way. It's off the rim. No good. Rebound off to Hermiston. Taken by Simmons. Simmons with a basketball. Near side. Olson on the far side to Young. Between the rings to Cleveland. On the near side, Simmons. Between the rings to Breland. Far side, it goes to Cleveland. Now it's up top, now on the near side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Good discipline on the part of the Bulldogs. Ball in the lane. Here's a nice spin move, and an offensive foul is going to be called on Hermiston. They're going to roll a push-off on Cleveland. They say he pushed Bullington off and picks up the offensive foul. And that is 1 on him and 5 on Hermiston here in the first quarter. The Devils get a nice break, and the basketball back trailing 13-10. Here's a drive by Chevelle from the high post, puts up a jumper. It's off the back of the rim. Rebound off to Bullington. Bullington is going to be fouled, putting it back near side in deep on the left-hand side. And that foul is called on Cleveland. And Truman Bullington to the stripe for a couple of Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. Also brought to you in part by our friends Rodney and Kelly Bullington at Oregon Grain Growers, using local grains and ingredients to showcase local agriculture. Oregon Grain Growers, 511 Southeast York Avenue in Pendleton. First Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw by Bullington is good. Wheatland Bakery substitution for the Blue Devils. Derek Bingham has entered for Micah Eggert. Second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw by Bullington is also good. Couple of Wheatland Bakery substitutions for Hermiston as well. A three from the deep far corner, put up and missed by Olsen. Rebound off to Bullington. Blue Devils got a break there because he was wide open on that three attempt from the deep far corner. Near side, here's Bullington spotting up for a three. Off the back of the rim, no good. Long rebound is run down by Griffith. Now to Chevelle. Chevelle on the dribble near side. Stops in for Bullington against Breland. And he'll fumble the ball and toss it into the backcourt, but it was saved by Chevelle. He saved it, I should say, to Corum, and now a holding foul is going to be called on Hermiston. Very close to an over and back. But no, the ball was saved into the front court, and a foul called on Breland. That is his second. Yeah, Gabe Corum to the stripe. Two Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws with 1:25 remaining in the first quarter. Free throw by Gabe is up and good. We're tied at 13. Wheatland Bakery substitutions. Connor Nunez into the game for the Blue Devils. Into the Hermiston lineup is Kyan Webb. Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw for Corum. This one for the lead, and it's good. And the Blue Devils lead 14-13. Blue Devils not bad from the free throw line here in the early stages of the game. They are 6 for 7. Here's a transition opportunity and a block by Bingham. Offensive rebound to Olsen, and he is fouled. Bingham got a block on the initial attempt. He blocked Carter Swanson, Wheatland Bakery substitution, but there Johnny on the spot was Olsen to get the offensive rebound, and he was fouled on the putback. Fouled by Connor Nunez. It's the third in the quarter on the Blue Devils. First Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw is short-armed by Olsen. The score for the moment holds at Blue Devils 14, Bulldogs 13. 1:16 remaining, first quarter. Second attempt. Brick off the back of the rim. Offensive rebound taken by Hermiston. Bulldogs in possession of the basketball. Another Wheatland Bakery substitution. Nat Henderson is checked in, and a three from the far side, up and good by Swanson. That Bruce Reed three gives Hermiston a 16-14 lead. They cash in on the offensive rebound. Chevelle in deep on the right, bounce it in for Nunez. His shot blocked from behind, but a foul is going to be called on Olsen. Fouled him from behind. And that'll send Nunez to the stripe for two Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. First foul in the game on Olsen. Nunez at the stripe. Free throw, good. Blue Devils staying close because of some excellent free throw shooting. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Kellen Young re-enters the Hermiston lineup. He is in for Henderson. Another Walla Walla Daily Grind attempt coming for Connor Nunez, who had 4 points last Saturday night against Hanford. Second Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw is good, and we're tied at 16, and a 30-second timeout called by Hermiston. 53 and 6/10 seconds remaining in the first. We're tied at 16, and we'll be back after a 30-second timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM, KGDC.
Are you still relying on your 401k as your retirement plan? It's time to rethink that strategy. At Hafen Financial, we specialize in retirement plans that go beyond 401ks to eliminate the guesswork. Each plan is customized to provide you the peace of mind you deserve in your retirement years. None of them involve sitting on your 401k and hoping for the best. Call Dee Hafen for your free evaluation at 509-529-9645. That's 529-9645.
Investment advisory services offered through Tucker Asset Management. Hafen Financial is independent of Tucker.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Back once again at the Walleye Gym. Roy and Eli coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside at the Walleye Gym. We're tied at 16. Final minute. Time remaining first quarter. 44 seconds and counting. Time remaining in period number 1. Here's a three for the near side for Hermiston. Put up and in by Young, who was left alone. That Bruce Reed three makes it 19-16 in favor of Hermiston. A half minute remaining in the first quarter. Chevelle with the basketball. On the dribble is Carter Chevelle. Outside far side to Bingham. Free throw line extended. Pass in the far corner, knocked away by Olsen and out of bounds. And the Blue Devils will inbound on the far sideline front court with 20 and 2/10 seconds remaining in the first quarter. 19-16 in favor of Hermiston. Ball bounced into Bingham. Off to Chevelle. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Chevelle with the basketball. Corum. Three straight away. Around and off. No good. Rebound off to Hermiston. And a foul is going to be called on the Blue Devils. That foul is called on Nunez, his second, team's fourth. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Micah Ager re-enters for Connor Nunez. Hermiston to inbound in backcourt with 8.8 seconds left in the first. 19-16 in favor of Hermiston. Here is Swanson with a basketball. Swanson picked up in a switch by Bingham. Pass from the near side to Olsen with 2 seconds. With one, he drives into the lane. He is grabbed and fouled on his way to the goal. And they're going to say the foul was committed on the floor. And that foul, the reach-in foul, is called on Bingham. It comes with 0.3 of a second remaining in the first quarter. Foul not in the act of shooting. He said it was on the ground. Official near side said it was on the ground. Now they're giving Olsen 2 free throws. Okay, Olsen to the stripe for 2 Walla Walla daily grind attempts. The first is good. The official who came to the sideline near side initially signaled that the foul was committed on the ground. Then they said 2 free throws for Olsen. First one up and good. The second Walla Walla daily grind attempt is up, and that one is good. Ball inbounded to Chevelle, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. And after one, Hermiston 21, Walleye 16, and we'll be back in 1 minute. This timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM, KGDC.
Owning an animal can be a rewarding investment for your family, whether it's riding a horse, petting your cat, or just seeing that welcome wag of a tail at the end of the day. Animals enrich our lives. Responsible owners enrich animals' lives too. Timely vaccinations, proper health care, sound nutrition, controlling pet overpopulation, and a safe environment are just a few of the things we can do for our pets. This message is brought to you by the Animal Clinic East, serving the Walla Walla Valley's small animal veterinary medical needs.
Pocket iNet Communications is now offering internet service that is an incredible 20 times faster than cable to the residents of Walla Walla Valley. You too can get access to this super high-speed gigabit internet by visiting pocketinet.crowdfiber.com and entering your address. That's pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. Welcome to Gigabit Country. No limits, just possibilities.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
The second quarter is presented by our good friend, former Walleye athlete Darren Harvey at Mountain High Truck and Equipment. Welcome back to the Walleye Gym. Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. Hermiston Bulldogs leading the Walleye Blue Devils 21-16. Wheatland Bakery substitution during the timeout period. Truman Bullington has re-entered the Walleye lineup. Hermiston with the first possession. A long three straight away is around and off, no good. That attempt by Young about 5 feet off the top of the key, and the Blue Devils come away with a basketball. Micah Egerts possesses. Near side to Corum. Gabe with one dribble, back to Micah Eger. Hermiston in a man-to-man. Far corner, it goes to Bingham. He'll dribble to the wing. Near side to Corum, bouncing inside for Bullington. Lay-in, put up and good by Truman Bullington. The penetration and the finish, very evident on that possession, and it's 21-18 in favor of Hermiston. Here's a three from the far corner. In and out, a heartbreak. Ball saved in bounds by Simmons. Out front, here is a three straight away by Swanson that is off the mark, no good. Tries to keep it alive, does Simmons, and a foul going to be called as Corum claimed the loose ball. Foul on Hermiston, foul on Webb. Yeah, the Blue Devils will inbound on the far sideline. Backcourt, but first a couple of Wheatland Bakery substitutions. Cleveland and Breland are back. Simmons sideline along with Webb. Ball inbounded to Micah Eggert. He is picked up by Young. Round a pick by Bullington. Pass on the near side to Griffith. In for Bullington. See what the big guy does. Goes into the lane. Little baby hook is around and off, a heartbreak. And the rebound comes off to Hermiston, taken by Cleveland. Now it's Swanson in possession of the basketball. Around a pick. Eggert stays with him. Goes into the lane. Gets it on the far side. Breland wide open for three. It's off the rim, no good. High for the rebound is Bullington. Far side to Eggert. Eggert with a pass in the front court to Bingham. Bingham on the far side, an errant pass, but it's run down by Corum. Now it's Eggert. Eggert into the lane, near side. Bullington, a three on the way. No, and the rebound deflected by Bingham, taken by Breland. Breland into the front court on the dribble, going to take it coast to coast. He has the ball blocked, gets it back in the lane, and now he's tied up by Corum. Held ball called. Blue Devil ball on the alternating possession. 6:07 remaining in the second quarter, 21-18 in favor of Hermiston. And the Blue Devils inbounding in the backcourt. Here's Micah Eggert. Round a pick by Griffith. Top of the key. Near side Griffith. In for Bullington. Lays it up and missed it. Might have been pushed, but no foul called. Rebound off to Cleveland. Here's Breland in the near corner. Olsen. Now it's on the far side where the basketball is Young. Up top to Breland. Pass on the near side. Got people standing in front of me. Hard to see. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Here is Olsen near side. Gets Bingham off his feet. Drives into the lane. Runs over Griffith. Offensive foul! Offensive foul on Olsen is his second. The second in the quarter on Hermiston. A Wheatland Bakery substitution. Halzinski is back for Hermiston. He is in for Swanson. Blue Devils trailing 21-18. We are 2.5 minutes in to the second quarter. Delighted to have you with us for our Blue Devil basketball coverage on this Saturday night. A pre-Christmas edition of Blue Devil basketball.
Keep going, keep going.
Eggert off to Corum. Bounce it in for Bullington. Jumper on the waiver. Bullington is good. Bullington scores in the lane, double figures with 11. That's where Truman Bullington stands at the present time, and it's 21-20 in favor of Hermiston. 4:58 and counting the time remaining to be played in the second quarter. Palzinski far side to Olsen. Now it is up top. A three on the way by Young is rounded off, no good. And the rebound taken by Bullington. Truman will bounce it in the backcourt to Eggert. Eggert to the far side on the dribble. Eggert into the lane. Jumper by Eggert. Around and in. He got it. Micah Eggert. Scrambled eggs for Blue Devil Nation. After that bucket by Eggert. 22-21. The Blue Devils. 4:26 and counting the time remaining to be played in the second quarter. Far side Breland with a basketball. Gets it up top to Palzinski. Now it's on the near side to Olsen. Back to Palzinski. Far side to Breland. Pass up front, taken by Young. Was through his hands initially, he recovers. Down to 3 seconds on the shot clock, and a travel near side on Olsen. And the ball back to the Blue Devils. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Carter Chevelle is checked in. And he is in for Derek Bingham. Your Edward Jones, Hank Warden scoreboard update. Walleye 22, Hermiston 21. 4:02 and counting, the time remaining to be played in the second quarter. Chevelle with the basketball. Chevelle off for Bullington. Bullington into the lane. Off for Griffith. And they wanted him to go up with a shot. He tried to pass it to Bullington. The ball stolen by Hermiston. Taken by Young. Tough break there for the Blue Devils. Breland in possession of the basketball. He'll drive far side, put it up and miss it, but a foul is going to be called on Bullington. Breland an opportunity to get Hermiston on the board here in the second quarter. Truman Bullington picks up the foul, his first. Scoreboard update earlier in the quarter presented by our good friend Hank Warden at Edward Jones. If you're going to invest, do so with the best. Give Hank a call at 509-240-3948. First Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw by Breland is good. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Simmons is back for Hermiston. That's Hermiston's first point here in the second quarter. That free throw by Breland, his second Walla Walla Daily Grind attempt is good, and Hermiston leads 23-22. Breland checks out of the ball game. He is replaced by Swanson. Also brought to you in part by our friends Rodney and Kelly Bullington and Oregon Grain Growers, using local grains and ingredients to showcase local agriculture. Oregon Grain Growers, 511 Southeast Court Avenue in Pendleton. Three straight away by Corum is off the mark, no good. Rebound near side taken by Palzinski. Now it is off to Swanson. Swanson front court on the dribble, gets it on the near side with the basketball is Young. Gets it in the near corner to Palzinski. Now it's up top to Simmons. Simmons on the far side. Here is Swanson. Puts up a three from the far side. It's in and out, a heartbreak, and the rebound off to Griffith. Now it is Chevelle. Tough luck for Hermiston on that occasion. Here is Chevelle with the basketball on the dribble against Palzinski. Bounce a pass, an errant pass. And going to the other end, laying the ball up and in is Simmons. And we have a timeout called. That's the first field goal in the quarter for Hermiston. It comes off a pass. Eggert waited for it. And the ball stolen. And a 30-second timeout called by Hermiston with 2 minutes and change left in the second quarter. We'll keep it here. Hermiston leading the Blue Devils by a score of 25-22. Leading scorers in the game thus far. The Blue Devils led by the 11 points of Truman Bullington. And setting the pace for Hermiston thus far is Breland with 9 points. The knocking point timeout period is over. And the team's back out on the floor. 2:51 remaining in the second quarter. 25-22 in favor of Hermiston. Here comes Carter Chevelle. Picked up by Simmons. Far side to Eggert. Bounce it in the far corner to Chevelle. On the wing to Eggert. Michael looks inside. Ball deflected. Bad pass taken by Swanson. Near side to Simmons. Blue Devils turn the basketball over. 2 errant passes on the last 2 possessions for the Blue Devils. Far side with the basketball is Swanson. Gets it up top for Simmons. On the near side it goes Palzinski. Palzinski far side to Simmons. Down to 8 seconds on the shot clock. Hermiston milking the clock, and now a steal by Chevelle. Chevelle in the front court to Griffith, and Griffith is going to travel. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Olson is back. And he is in for Swanson. Blue Devils had an opportunity there, but goes by the wayside. Hermiston in possession of the basketball, leading the Blue Devils 25-22 as we go inside of 2 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Simmons will bounce it inside with the basketball is Cleveland. Now it is off to Palzinski. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Bounce pass in for Cleveland. That's a ball knocked away, stolen by Corum. Corum front court. Far side to Chevelle. Carter Chevelle on the dribble. Bounce pass inside for Bullington. Lay in, put up and good. Bullington with a baker's dozen. 25-24. Hermiston 128 and counting. The time remaining to be played in the second quarter. Simmons for the basketball. Picked up by Griffith. Gets it up top to Young. Out in the far corner to Olson. Pass inside for Cleveland, and he gets it in for Olsen. Shot blocked by Bullington, taken on the near side by Young. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Long three by Simmons out front, no good. Rebound off to Chevelle. Chevelle near side with a basketball for the Blue Devils. Gets to take the lead here. Pass inside for Corum. Lane put up and good. He is fouled. Holy Toledo! What a pass by Chevelle. A bullet. He finds Gabe Corum inside with that bullet pass, and Corum puts the ball up and in, and he is fouled by Young. And the Blue Devils take a 26-25 edge after that lay-in by the Angel Gabriel. His Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw up and good. He completes the three-point play. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Garrett Ring enters. Truman Bullington to the sideline. 57 and 7/10 seconds remaining in the second quarter. The Blue Devils up 27-25. Simmons with the basketball. Near side to Young against Corum. Near side to Olsen. Bounce pass inside for Cleveland. Gets it up top. Now it's on the near side. Here's a jumper for three. Rattled home near side by Cleveland. Bruce Reed, three gives Hermiston the lead. 28-27. About a 4-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Chevelle gets it up top to Corum after penetration. Three straight away is off the rim, no good. Rebound off to Hermiston. Taken by Young. Shot clock is off. Hermiston can go for the final shot of the quarter. Pass out front. Now it's in the far corner to Olsen. Down to 5 seconds, down to 4, down to 3. Young with the basketball, long desperation three, far side is good at the buzzer. All kinds of disarray on the part of Hermiston, but it ends very, very well as they bury a Bruce Reed three from the far wing. And here at the halftime, the scoreboard shows Hermiston 31, Wahai 27. Coming up next, the land title of Walla Walla County halftime report after a 2-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
This holiday season, we're reminded of the simple joys that bring us together, warm laughter, cherished family moments, and the gratitude we feel for the people around us. At Total Comfort Solutions, we're especially thankful for you, our customers, who trust us to keep your homes and businesses comfortable all year long.
From our family to yours, we wish you a happy, safe, and joy-filled holiday season. Thank you for making us a part of your home and your story.
Total Comfort Solutions, where your comfort is our priority and your trust is our greatest gift.
Need to make your house or apartment a little bigger? Hey, remodeling's expensive. All you need to do is store some of your stuff. And Burn Street RV and Mini Storage has the perfect size units for you. Burn Street RV and Mini Storage is located just off of Reese Avenue over by Memorial Golf Course, right here in Walla Walla. Call 520-1467 for more information on the available sizes. That's 520-1467. And if you mention that you heard this ad on the radio, you'll get a special rate. Call now, 520-1467 for Burn Street RV and Mini Storage.
Do you enjoy listening to classical music? You should check out KHSS2 94.1 FM. KHSS2 is Walla Walla's classic FM. It's the greatest music ever written by the greatest composers who ever lived. Actually, it's more than that. KHSS2 also has news at the top of the hour and some of the greatest daily features you'll find anywhere. Features that are interesting and will make you think. Give KHSS2 Classic FM a try at 94.1 on your FM dial. Hard work necessary, long days and nights required, weekends and holidays a must. Sounds like a help wanted ad for your Carrier Comfort System, right? Let Grassy Refrigeration make the job easier with a planned service agreement. We'll routinely check to make sure all components are running efficiently and uncover any potential problems before your system needs a leave of absence. Plus, you'll benefit from priority service and a discount on Carrier parts and labor. Turn to the experts. Call Grassy today at 529-9700. That's 529-9700.
KGDC Walla Walla.
And back once again at the Wahai Gym, Roy Elia coming to you from our Commons Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. Second half of our Blue Devil basketball doubleheader. The Wall-High Blue Devil boys trailing the Hermiston Bulldogs 31-27. Now welcome you to our halftime report presented by our good friend Phil Wasser at Land Title of Walla Walla County, 33 East Main Street in Walla Walla. Land Title of Walla Walla County handles all kinds of real estate transactions, both commercial and private, including broker and for sale by owner transactions. Land Title of Walla Walla County, 33 East Main Street in Walla Walla. We begin our Land Title of Walla Walla County halftime report with halftime statistics presented by our good friend, Wall-High alums Jay and Paul Babbitt at the MacArthur Company. Pasco office serves the Tri-Cities area, Yakima Valley, and Northeast Oregon. MacArthur Company provides wholesale construction materials for residential roofing, commercial roofing, HVAC, mechanical insulation, and waterproofing products. Call 509-542-5837 for more information. The first half scoring for Hermiston: Olson 2, Simmons 5, Swanson 3, Young 9, Cleveland 3, Breland 9. Hermiston with 10 first half field goals, 6 from Bruce Reed range. Hermiston 5 of 8 from the free throw line, and Hermiston was called for 11 personal fouls. For the Blue Devils, Carter Chevelle 3, Micah Eggert 4, Gabe Corum 5, Truman Bullington a game high 13, Connor Nunez with 2. The Blue Devils 9 first half field goals. They did not collect a single field goal from Bruce Reed territory. The Blue Devils staying close by going 9 of 10 from the free throw line, and the Blue Devils were called for 6 personal fouls. Halftime statistics were presented by our good friends, Wall-High alums Jay and Paul Babbitt at the MacArthur Company. Pasco office serves the Tri-Cities area, Yakima Valley, and Northeast Oregon. MacArthur Company provides wholesale construction materials for residential roofing, commercial roofing, HVAC, mechanical insulation, and waterproofing products. Call 509-542-5837 for information. In our halftime score, Hermiston 31, Wall-High 27. We'll continue our Land Title of Walla Walla County halftime report with a wrestling update presented by Walla Walla OMS. After a 1-minute timeout, presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters, 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
It's not until our car breaks down that it hits home just how dependent we are on horseless carriages. With car engines lasting longer than ever, car transmission repair or replacement is also more common than ever. If you're in need of having your transmission repaired or replaced, we can help you. Hello, Walla Walla. I'm Julie Doty. My husband Zach and his crew at Walla Walla Transmission are known for quality service and reliability. Come see us at Walla Walla Transmission, just north of West Rose Street at 204 Bennett, Walla Walla.
Change is inevitable, and the change of life events is something we all live through, whether it's the joy of a new marriage or business partnership, or the stress and emotion of losing a loved one. Financial advisors Bill Fleener and Brandon Zarro of D.A. Davidson are committed to providing trusted advice through life's key moments. Life changes fast. Fleener Zarro Wealth Management is ready to help. Visit them at 102 West Main Street, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC.
KGDC Walla Walla.
And back once again at the Wall-High Gym. Roy and Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. The Hermiston Bulldog boys leading the Wall-High Blue Devils 31-27 here at the halftime break. And our Land Title of Walla Walla County halftime report continues with a wrestling update presented by our good friends, Dr. Antonio Casso, Dr. Cecil Ash at Walla Walla Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Walla Walla OMS is located at 312 South 3rd Avenue. The Blue Devils were scheduled to participate this weekend in the Best of the West tournament in Pasco. Wish the Blue Devil wrestlers the very best. Hopefully there were some good results obtained in the Tri-Cities this weekend. And we wish the Blue Devil wrestlers nothing but the best in their future endeavors, which are coming in the not-too-distant future. That's going to do it for our wrestling update. It was presented by our good friends, Dr. Antonio Casso, Dr. Cecil Ash at Walla Walla Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. Walla Walla OMS is located at 312 South 3rd Avenue. In our halftime score, Hermiston 31, Wall-High 27. We will conclude our Land Title of Walla Walla County halftime report after a 1-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. Listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
On your next Alaska Airlines flight from Walla Walla, you will experience a new and improved Walla Walla Regional Airport Terminal building. Your travel from Walla Walla will be more comfortable with an expanded security checkpoint, which now includes a less intrusive body scanner, an enlarged gate seating area, and an automatic entry door. Book your tickets today on Alaska Air to any of their 101 one-stop destinations from Walla Walla. Fly Walla Walla, where your parking is always free.
Do you want to know what's really going on in the Walla Walla Valley? Today's Union Bulletin offers you more ways to stay connected with your community, in print, on the web, or on social media. And now, a full print replica edition is available online for subscribers. Now publishing for more than 150 years, the Union Bulletin is proud to support our communities with local, independent journalism. Support your home team community newspaper. Visit union-bulletin.com today.
KGDC Walla Walla.
And back once again at the Wahai Gym, Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. The Hermiston Bulldogs leading the Wahai Blue Devils by a score of 31-27. And we now conclude our land title of Walla Walla County halftime report by wishing all the very best to Wahai boys swimming and Wahai girls bowling in their future competition. Per the schedule, WWPS website, the Blue Devil swimmers were scheduled to host a Mid-Columbia Conference meet today. Hopefully some good results coming from that meet. And we wish the bowlers and the swimmers all the best for the remainder of this 2024-25 campaign. That's going to do it for our halftime report. It was presented by our good friend Phil Wasser and land title of Walla Walla County, 33 East Main Street in Walla Walla. Land title of Walla Walla County handles all kinds of real estate transactions, both commercial and private, including broker and for sale by owner transactions. Land title of Walla Walla County, 33 East Main Street in Walla Walla. Bit of a frustrating second quarter for the Blue Devils. They held Hermiston without a point for the first 5 minutes and change, but Hermiston scored 10 points in the final 2 minutes and 52 seconds of the second quarter, including a three-pointer at the buzzer, and Hermiston will take a 31-27 lead into the third quarter of this Mid-Columbia Conference boys basketball game. And our third quarter is presented by our good friend, former Wahai athlete Darren Harvey at Mountain High Truck and Equipment. And Hermiston with the first possession of half two. Simmons with a basketball. Far side to Breland. It's off of high post, goes into the lane, gets it on the near side. Simmons left open, three on the way, rattles home. Bruce Reed, three for Simmons. That is the seventh Bruce Reed three in the game for Hermiston. The Bulldogs lead 34-27. Chevelle with a pass inside for Pemberton. The ball knocked away, taken on the far side. Here's a pass into the front court in transition. Young puts the ball up and missed it, gets his own rebound. That steal just moments ago by Simmons. He outletted it into the front court just moments ago for Hermiston. And now a knockaway and a steal by Carter Chevelle. Chevelle into the front court. He will go into the lane, throw it up and miss it. Rebound off to Palczynski. Far side to Breland. Breland hands it off in the far corner to Cleveland. Now to Breland. Breland on the wing, far side. Bounce pass inside, knocked away by Pemberton and out of bounds. Knocked it away from Cleveland. And Hermiston will retain the 17 seconds on the shot clock. Hermiston leading 34-27 with 7:02 remaining in the third quarter. The Bulldogs to inbound on the baseline. Or will they? They're going to loop it into the back court. The ball's taken by Palczynski. Hands it off on the far side to Simmons. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Simmons far side with the basketball. Corum stays with him in spite of pick. Near side Breland. Breland will drive into the lane and a blocking foul going to be called on the Blue Devils with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Going to be called on Cole Pemberton, and that is his third. And Hermiston will get a fresh 30 and inbound on the baseline in front court. Young to get it in. Hoops it up for Simmons, top of the key. Pass in the far corner, fumbled, but taken by Cleveland. Now a pass inside by Simmons, knocked away by the Blue Devils and out of bounds to the far sideline. And Hermiston will retain. Bulldogs will inbound on the far sideline, front court. 6:42 left in the third. 34-27 in favor of Hermiston. Here is Simmons. Far side Breland, open for three. Going to be an air ball and go out of bounds. Breland laughing that one off. As the Blue Devil students far side razz him a bit by saying air ball, air ball. Here's Chevelle with a basketball. Off to Corum. Bounce it in for Bullington. The ball knocked away and taken by Hermiston. Blue Devils turn it over. Near side, here is Young. In for Cleveland against Bullington. Backs him in. Going to revert, try a reverse lane. It's blocked by Bullington, and then the ball goes off of Cleveland and out of bounds. And the Blue Devils get the basketball back. 6:08 left in the third. Nice defensive play by Bullington. Then the ball off of Cleveland and out of bounds after the block by Truman. Chevelle with the basketball on the dribble. Into the lane. Bounce it on the far side for Eggert. Eggert just inside the free throw line. Bounces it inside for Corum. Far corner Pemberton. A three on the way by Cole. Is around and off, no good. Rebound taken by Eggert. Eggert dribbles to the far side. Bounce it up top to Chevelle. Chevelle into the lane. Near corner. Corum spots up for a wide open three. It's in and out, no good. Rebound almost taken by Pemberton. A foul is going to be called. Pushing foul going to be called on the rebound against Hermiston. Going to be called on Palzinski, and that is his third. And the Blue Devils will inbound on the baseline in front court. 5:35 remaining in period three. 34-27, Hermiston. Chevelle bounce pass inside. The ball was kicked. Bit of hesitation on the part of the officials, but they get it right. Yeah, the Blue Devils will again inbound on the baseline in front court, this time with a fresh 30 on the shot clock. All into Bullington, now to Chevelle. In the far corner to Corum, bounce it in for Bullington. A flop by Cleveland, and Bullington puts the ball up and in. Truman Bullington with 15. Drops in a soft one in the lane from about 3 feet away, and it's 34-29 in favor of Hermiston. Here's Cleveland with a basketball to the free throw line. Gets it up top to Palzinski. Far side to Simmons. Free throw line extended. Gets it up top to Young. Now it's on the near side to Breland. Down to the far side, it goes to Young. In the rings to Cleveland. Down to 4 seconds on the shot clock. Here's a long three out front, put up and good. With 1 second on the shot clock by Young. Bruce Reed three, and it's 37-29 Hermiston. Chevelle driving near side, puts one up in the lane. It's blocked by Young. Here comes Hermiston, leading 37-29. 4:38 and counting left in the third quarter. The three ball has been the difference in the ball game tonight. Hermiston with 8 Bruce Reed threes. The Blue Devils have yet to connect from long distance in this ball game. Far side, it's Cleveland. Or, excuse me, it's Simmons with the basketball. Swing it to the near side to Young. Young will drive into the lane, bounce it inside for Breland. Left-handed lay-in, he blew it, gets his own rebound, puts it back and misses it. And then another attempt by Hermiston, and a foul called on the Blue Devils. Young was fouled by Corum. That'll mean Walla Walla daily grind free throws for Young of Hermiston. The first is up and good. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Griffith into the game for the Blue Devils for Pemberton. 4:14 left in the third. Edward Jones, Hank Warden scoreboard update. Hermiston 38, Walleye 29. It remains 38-29. The second free throw not close. And the rebound off to Bullington. Now it's Carter Chevelle. Not a pick by Bullington, and a timeout called by the Blue Devils with 4:05 remaining in the third. Hermiston 38, Walleye 29. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout presented by Knocking Point. Listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
Ready to make some big changes in your home? Here at Connors Flooring and Design, we understand that investing in new flooring, tile, and countertops involves big decisions that you want to get right the first time. Since 1974, our family-owned business has helped you find the right materials for your home and budget, working with local licensed pro installers to ensure your investment will perform. Come see us today and get a free estimate. Experience our Golden Rule service at Connors Flooring and Design.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Scoreboard update earlier in the quarter presented by our friend Hank Warden at Edward Jones. If you're going to invest, do so with the best. Give Hank a call at 509-240-3948. Also brought to you in part by our friends Rodney and Kelly Bullington at Oregon Grain Growers, using local grains and ingredients to showcase local agriculture. Oregon Grain Growers, 511 Southeast Court Avenue in Pendleton. Blue Devils in possession of the basketball, and a slam dunk by Bullington. Holy Toledo! Boy, is that a great way to come out of the knocking point timeout period. Bullington throws it down. He has 17 in the game, 38-31 Hermiston, 3:42 and counting the time remaining to be played in the third quarter. Simmons with the basketball against Gabe Corum. Cuts him off the high post, gets it in the far corner for a three. That's an air ball from the deep far corner by Young. Here come the Blue Devils. Chevelle off to Bullington, near side. Here is Griffith. Griffith driving on Breland. Cut off by Breland, tied up by Breland. Held ball is called. Blue Devils will keep it. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Olson is back for Hermiston. He replaces Palzinski with 3:21 remaining in the third. 38-31 in favor of Hermiston. And a temporary timeout period to get some perspiration off of the leather. And Chevelle will inbound on the baseline. Carter bounces it in for Bullington, who drops it in softly with one hand. A la Bill Walton. God rest his soul. 19 in the game for Bullington, 38-33 Hermiston. Here's Breland with the basketball. 3:07 and counting the time remaining to be played in the third quarter. Breland near side against Eggert. Hands it off on the near side to Young. Young up top to Olson. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Far side to Simmons. Bounces it in, 4 seconds, 3 seconds into the lane, Cleveland, and a travel going to be called. Travel is called, a ball back to the Blue Devils with 2:49 remaining in the third. 38-33 in favor of Hermiston. Chevelle front court against Simmons. Bounce it near side to Corum. And Corum near corner to Chevelle. One dribble, bounce it in for Griffith. Griffith puts it up with the left hand off the glass and off the iron. Rebound comes off to Olson. Far side to Simmons. Free throw line extended. A pass inside for Cleveland. Cleveland against Bullington. And his shot is going to be an air ball, but they're going to call a foul on Truman Bullington, who looks to the sideline in disbelief. And that'll mean Walla Walla daily grind free throws for Cleveland. 2 Walla Walla daily grind free throws for Cleveland. The first free throw was good. Blue Devils swept the home and home a season ago, winning 68-60 here in the Wall-High Gym. They won at Hermiston 55-43. Second Walla Walla daily grind free throw by Cleveland is up, and it's good. Cleveland has 5 points in the game, 40-33 in favor of Hermiston. Bullington far side for three. Good off a pass by Eggert. Truman Bullington. 9 in the quarter, 22 in the game. Talk to me, big fella. 40-36 Hermiston, 2 minutes and counting time remaining third quarter. Here's a pass inside stolen by Chevelle. Chevelle far side on the dribble off to Bullington. Hermiston a nice job getting back defensively. Here is Chevelle with a basketball. Gets around Breland after a pick by Bullington in. Carter Chevelle drains a free throw line jumper, and just like that, it's a 2-point game. 40-38, Hermiston 1:30 and counting the time remaining to be played in the third quarter. Near side with the basketball is Simmons, off for Breland. Go on the far side, Young, 3 on the way, going to be short, deflected near side, taken by Breland. On the baseline to Olson, gets it on the far side, open for 3 is Simmons, it's good. And a timeout called by Hermiston. Another Bruce Reed 3. That is 9 in the game for the Bulldogs. Hermiston 43, Wall-High 38. 1:14 remaining in the third. And we'll be back after a 30-second break, presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters, 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
As a KGDC listener, you already know about our efforts to redeem the culture with top-quality news talk programs and the finest radio features like Breakpoint and the Focus on the Family Minute. If you're a business owner as well, consider advertising on KGDC 1320 AM and 92.9 FM and KGDC2 102.3 FM. Sponsoring our exclusive football coverage for the Walleye Blue Devils, the College Place Hawks, and the DeSales Fighting Irish will grow your business. To learn more, call 386-7117. That's 386-7117.
KGDC Walla Walla.
That Bruce Reed 3 moments ago by Truman Bullington, the first for the Blue Devils in this ball game. That means $10 to Big Blue Boosters compliments of that dynamic duo from Edward Jones, George, and Chase Hessler. Welcome back to the Walleye Gym. I'm Roy Elia, coming to you from our Tallman Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. 1:14 remaining in the third quarter. The Walleye Blue Devil boys trailing the Hermiston Bulldogs 43-38. The Knocking Point timeout period is over. The Blue Devils in possession of the basketball. Carter Chevelle near side. Up top, Bullington, a three straight away, is around and off. The heartbreak rebound off to Corum. Corum put back in the lane, no good, but he is fouled with 1:01 remaining in the third. Fouled on the play by Cleveland. That's the second in the quarter on Hermiston, the third on Cleveland. Gabe Corum to the stripe. Walla Daily Grind free throw, good. Wheatland Bakery substitutions, Bingham and Nunez in for the Blue Devils. Swanson is in for Hermiston along with Henderson. Another Walla Daily Grind attempt coming for Gabe Corum. The Blue Devils now trailing 43-39. 1:01 remaining third quarter. Second free throw by Corum. The Walla Daily Grind attempt is good. Gabe with 7 points in the game. Blue Devils going to pick up a bit in the backcourt, trailing 43-40. Breland pass on the far side to Swanson. Hermiston breaks the token pressure on the part of the Blue Devils. Far side, it's Olsen with a basketball. Near side to Breland. Gets it in the near corner. Here's a three-point attempt put up. It is short. Bingham saves the rebound in. It's saved in bounds, however, by Hermiston. Here is Breland with a basketball, driving down the far side. Takes it out on the wing, on the dribble, and near travel by Olsen. Far side, it goes to Breland. Now to Swanson. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here's a three out front put up. It's good by Swanson. Another Bruce Reed three for Swanson and the Bulldogs, who lead 46-40. Down to 8 seconds left in the quarter. Down to 6, down to 5. Chevelle into the lane. Carter puts up a short shot off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound off to Breland, and that's going to do it for the third quarter. And after three, Hermiston 46, Walleye 40. We'll be back after a 1-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
Hi, this is Justin
And Sarah.
with Walla Toyota.
We're here to give you the incredible news that from November through the end of the year, we'll be offering $49 oil changes for all Toyotas up to 10 years old.
Whether you have a tiny Corolla or a tricked out Tundra, your oil change will only cost you $49.
Remember that we use only genuine Toyota filters installed by a Toyota trained technician.
Call today or schedule online at wallawallatoyota.com to lock in your $49 oil change while the offer lasts.
The cold weather is here. Stock up on winter products from L&G Ranch Supply in Walla Walla, like stock tank heaters for the animals. For pets, find heated beds and bowls. Look for in-store specials on Science Diet brand pet food. For you or as a gift, find tough insulated Carhartt bibs, jackets, and a full line of winter work gloves. Get rid of ice on driveways and sidewalks with True Value brand ice melt. Shop L&G Ranch Supply for winter products today. Your local True Value store on East Isaacs Avenue in Walla Walla. L&G Ranch Supply.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Our fourth quarter is presented by our good friend, former Walleye athlete Darren Harvey of Mountain High Truck and Equipment. Welcome back to the Wall-High Gym. Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. Hermiston with a 46-40 lead over the Blue Devils as we begin the fourth quarter. Hermiston with the first possession. Swanson with a basketball. Drives by Chevelle, goes into the lane, and he's going to be fouled. Fouled in the act of shooting. Fouled by Carter Chevelle. It's his first. Swanson to the strike. He has 6 points in the game thus far. Blue Devils got it to 2, 40-38 late in the third quarter. First Walla Daily grind free throw. Doink! Off the back of the rim, no good for Swanson. Difference in the ball game. 3-pointers. Hermiston with 10. The Blue Devils with 1. Second Walla Daily grind free throw up and good for Swanson, and Hermiston leads 47-40. Chevelle with a basketball, driving near side. Cut off in the low block. Off to Griffith. Griffith into the lane, bounce it inside for Nunez through his legs and out of bounds, and the Blue Devils turn it over. Blue Devils starting the fourth quarter with Chevelle, Bingham, Corum, Griffith, and Nunez. Near side, Breland with a basketball. He is cut off by Griffith. Gets into the lane. Pass on the far side. Here is Breland inside for a shot put up. He missed it. Off a nice assist on the far side. Good penetration far side, but Breland could not finish in the lane, thankfully. Here is Chevelle in the lane, off inside for Nunez, who lays the ball up and in. Nice pass. 47-42 Hermiston. 7:01 and counting, the time remaining to be played in the fourth quarter. Far side, Breland gets it in the far corner to Olsen. Olsen with the basketball. Outs in the near corner to Breland. Breland bounce it on the baseline to Henderson. Bounce pass inside, land put up and good by Olsen. That was a lovely pass. 49-42 Hermiston. 6:37 and counting left in the fourth quarter. Here's Chevelle, pulls up for a jumper near side. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound off to Olsen. Olsen front court on the dribble. Far side it goes, long three on the way by Swanson. That's an air ball. The rebound off to Griffith. Far side to Chevelle. Chevelle is going to travel. Unforced error, gives the ball back to Hermiston. Wheatland Bakery substitutions for both teams. Bullington and Eggert back for the Blue Devils. And a timeout called. A 30-second timeout called by the Blue Devils with 6:19 remaining in the fourth. 49-42 in favor of Hermiston. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM and 92.9 FM KGDC.
Doyle Electric delivers an amazing range of services and products to the Walla Walla Valley. Doyle Electric's 5 divisions all strive to satisfy every customer every time. Doyle Security and Electronics is the source for all your alarm system needs. The most up-to-date security systems, fire systems, door access, and CCTV systems available to keep you, your family, and business safe and secure now and in the future. The best products and service. Doyle Electric. We care about your safety.
KGDC Walla Walla.
Back at the Wall-High Gym, I'm Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. Hermiston Bulldogs leading the Wall-High Blue Devils 49-42, 6:19 remaining in the fourth quarter. Knocking Point timeout period is over. Hermiston to inbound the basketball. The ball into Simmons. Simmons dribbles to the near side against Gabe Corum. Bullington picks him up in a switch. Now Corum back on him defensively. Near side to Swanson. Near corner to Breland. Down on the low block for Cleveland. In the near corner, here is Swanson. Jumper on the way for three. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound off to Chevelle. Far side, Corum. Gabe will drive on the far side. Gets it in the near corner to Eggert. Up top, Bullington, and now to Chevelle. Chevelle on the dribble. Down to pick by Bullington. Up top to the big man. Shot on the way for three is rounded off, no good. Corum tried to keep it alive, but the loose ball off to Breland. Breland front court for Hermiston. 5.5 minutes and counting left in the fourth. 49-42 Hermiston. Here's a three out front, put up and good by Cleveland. Another Bruce Reed three. That is 11 threes in the game for Hermiston. They're up 10, 52-42. Corum with the basketball, driving far side, and he is going to be grabbed and fouled far side. And that foul is called on Swanson. Wheatland Bakery substitution. Young into the game for Hermiston. He replaces Swanson. 5:12 left in the fourth. Blue Devils down 10, 52-42. Agert loops it in to Chevelle. Chevelle, round a pick by Bullington, goes into the lane and puts up a beautiful scoop shot with the left hand for two. Chevelle with 7, 52-44. Hermiston 4:55 and counting the time remaining to be played in the fourth quarter. Near side, Breland with a basketball against Griffith. And a bodying foul is going to be called on Griffith near side. And Hermiston will inbound on the baseline front court, leading 52-44. 4:48 left in the fourth. Pass out near the midcourt area to Breland. Now it is Olsen. Pass inside. And there's an incredible, oh my God, that is an amazing shot by Simmons. Just threw it up, and his prayer was answered. Here is Chevelle in the front court, and a blocking foul is going to be called. Simmons got that pass in the air, turning, spinning, just throwing it up without looking at the rim, and put the ball up and in. Just moments ago, he picked up his first foul. Here is Agert driving near side. Gets two Bulldogs off their feet, and a foul is going to be called on Hermiston. Going to be called on Young. Young with that foul. And the Blue Devils to inbound on the baseline front court with 4:32 left in the fourth. 54-44 in favor of Hermiston. Bounce pass inside. Left-handed lay-in put up and good by Griffith. Griff with his first two of the game. 54-46 in favor of Hermiston. 4:22 and counting the time remaining to be played in the fourth quarter. Near side Olsen. Bounce it in the near corner. Cleveland with the basketball. Gets it up top. Here's a long three straight away. That is off the mark. No good. Thought it was going to go, but it did not. That short, just barely short for Young. Here is Chevelle with the basketball. Into the lane. Far corner it goes. Agert for three. Good! Micah Agert up. Bruce Reed, three from the deep far corner. 54-49. Hermiston with 3:50 and counting left in the fourth quarter. That is your Edward Jones, Hank Warden scoreboard update. Here's a steal near side by Corum. Gabe into the front court on the dribble for the Blue Devils. Off to Chevelle. Chevelle with a basketball for the Blue Devils on the dribble. Gets by Simmons. Cut off by Breland. Pass on the far side by everybody and out of bounds, and the Blue Devils turn it over. Hermiston down on the far sideline, backcourt with 3:33 to go. 54-49 in favor of Hermiston. Simmons with a basketball on the near side to Olsen. Blue Devils in his own defense. A 2-3 look. Near side, here's Olsen. Simmons, far side, three on the way, put up off the rim, no good. That attempt by Young, and the ball out of play. The ball out of play might have hit the support above the backboard. The Blue Devils get it back with 3:18 left in the fourth. The ball rolled into Corum, off to Chevelle in the backcourt. Near side, it's Gabe Corum. Near corner to Chevelle, gets it inside. And here's Bullington laying it up and missing it. And the rebound comes off to Hermiston and a foul called. And that a tough break for the Blue Devils as Bullington cannot finish inside. And a foul on Griffith. Oh, what a tough break. Tough break for the Blue Devils. 3:05 and counting left in the fourth. 54-49 in favor of Hermiston. The Blue Devils stay in the zone. Far corner, here's Breland with a basketball. One dribble on the baseline, stops. Near side to Young in the near corner. Now it's back to Young. High post to Breland. Breland might have double dribbled, but that's not the case. Here's Olsen on the far side. A timeout called by Hermiston with 2:43 left in the fourth. 6 seconds on the shot clock. A full timeout called by Hermiston. 2:43 left in the fourth. 54-49 Hermiston. And we'll be back after a 30-second timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
Are you still relying on your 401k as your retirement plan? It's time to rethink that strategy. At Hafen Financial, we specialize in retirement plans that go beyond 401ks to eliminate the guesswork. Each plan is customized to provide you the peace of mind you deserve in your retirement years. None of them involve sitting on your 401k and hoping for the best. Call Dee Hafen for your free evaluation at 509-529-9645. That's 529-9645.
Investment advisory services offered through Tucker Asset Management. Hafen Financial is independent of Tucker.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Back once again at the Wahai Gym. Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. Wahai Blue Devil boys trailing the Hermiston Bulldogs 54-49 with 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining to be played in the fourth quarter. The knocking point timeout period is over. If we didn't do it earlier in the quarter, we now say what I said moments ago is Edward Jones, Hank Gordon scoreboard update. Hermiston with the basketball. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Olsen throwing one up on the baseline. It's off the side of the backboard, and the Blue Devils will get it back with 2:36 to go. Scoreboard update presented by our good friend Hank Gordon at Edward Jones. If you're going to invest, do so with the best. Give Hank a call at 509-240-3948. Chevelle with the basketball off to Micah Eggert. Pass on the near side, a careless pass taken by Olsen of Hermiston. Olsen gets it in the lane. Too Young, far side three on the way, up and good by Simmons. Blue Devils get careless, and it costs them a three-point goal, and Hermiston up 8, 57-49. 2:15 and counting left in the fourth quarter. Near side, Chevelle with the basketball. Driving, near corner to Griffith. And Griffith going to lose the basketball. Taken, Cleveland gets it in the front court. Going to the other end is Simmons. Lay-in put up and good. And just like that, the Blue Devils down 10 with 1:54 to go, and a timeout called by the Blue Devils. Scoreboard showing Hermiston 59, Wahai 49, and we'll be back in 30 seconds. This timeout presented by Knocking Point. You're listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
3 out of 4 people who are acquiring a dog desire a puppy. But don't overlook adult dogs that may be unwanted or those among the many animals available through local shelters and purebred rescue organizations. Adult dogs are usually housebroken and are accustomed to a less rigorous feeding schedule than a puppy. Plus, adult dogs will require less of your energy to make them part of your family. This message is brought to you by the Animal Clinic East, serving the Walla Walla Valley's small animal veterinary medical needs.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Back once again at the Wahai Gym. Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location at courtside. Wahai Blue Devil boys in serious trouble, trailing the Hermiston Bulldogs 59-49. It looks so promising. Down 5 and with the ball, but a couple of bad possessions, costing the Blue Devils 5 points. Hermiston up 59-49 with only 1 minute and 54 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Ball inbounded to Carter Chevelle, near side to Gabe Corum. Gabe pass inside for Bullington, another Blue Devil turnover. Hermiston in transition, pass on the far side, Simmons up top to Breland. Blue Devils picked a bad time to get sloppy, and here is a foul going to be called as Breland drives to the goal far side. That foul is called on Griffith. They say that Breland was fouled in the act of shooting. I find that hard to believe. Breland to the stripe for 2 Walla Walla Daily Grind free throws. Thought he was fouled on the drive, but no. First free throw up and good. 60-49 Hermiston with 1:39 to go. Another Walla Walla Daily Grind free throw. High arching shot up and good. 61-49 in favor of Hermiston. Chevelle with the basketball. On the baseline, pass out front, stolen by Swanson. 4 straight turnovers for the Blue Devils. Here's a three straight away by Cleveland. That's good. Another Bruce Reed three, and I don't think this one is in doubt anymore as Jacob Griffith drains a three from the near side. Near corner three by Griffith. Bruce Reed three. $10 more for Big Blue Boosters. Compliments of George and Chase Hessler at Edward Jones. We're in the final minute, time remaining fourth quarter. Far side here, Simmons for three. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound, offensive rebound taken by Cleveland. Up top to Breland. And Breland will bring it out on the dribble. 64-52 in favor of Hermiston. Down to 43 seconds left in the fourth. Near corner three put up. It is rounding off, no good by Young. Here come the Blue Devils. Chevelle bounce it near side Bullington. A three on the way by Truman is off the rim, no good, and over the backboard. 31 seconds left in the fourth. And the Blue Devils going to clear the bench. Bingham checks in. Nunez checks in. Pemberton checks in. Sal Snow checks in. 5 fresh faces for the Blue Devils. 5 Wheatland Bakery substitutions. And a timeout is called. A full timeout called by Hermiston with 31 and 3/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. Hermiston 64, Wahai 52. We'll be back after a 30-second timeout presented by Knocking Point. Listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
Pocket iNet Communications is now offering internet service that is an incredible 20 times faster than cable to the residents of Walla Walla Valley. You too can get access to this super high-speed gigabit internet by visiting pocketinet.crowdfiber.com and entering your address. That's pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. pocketinet.crowdfiber.com. Welcome to Gigabit Country. No limits, just possibilities.
Listen to Blue Devils Radio on the internet at kgdcradio.com.
Back once again at the Wahai Gym. I'm Roy Elia coming to you from our Tallman's Pharmacy broadcast location courtside. The Hermiston Bulldogs appear to be on their way to a Mid-Columbia Conference victory tonight over the Wahai Blue Devils. 31 and 3/10 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Hermiston leading by a score of 64-52. The Knocking Point timeout period is over. Simmons out of the backcourt on a slow dribble. Off to Young. Hands it off to Breland. They're just milking the clock. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Breland with the basketball. Holding the basketball. They're going to come very, very close to running out the clock here. And the shot clock goes off with a second remaining. Are they going to put any time back on the clock? They are not. And this ball game is over. Final score, Hermiston 64, Wahai 52. Coming up next, our Chevelle Construction postgame show. After we step aside for a 2-minute timeout presented by Knocking Point. Listening to Blue Devil Radio, presented by Big Blue Boosters on 1320 AM, 92.9 FM, KGDC.
This holiday season, we're reminded of the simple joys that bring us together. Warm laughter, cherished family moments, and the gratitude we feel for the people around us. At Total Comfort Solutions, we're especially thankful for you, our customers, who trust us to keep your homes and businesses comfortable all year long.
From our family to yours, we wish you a happy, safe, and joy-filled holiday season. Thank you.